Hello, everyone. This is Annette Muñiz, Gracia, and I am your professor of Spanish this summer, Spanish 1. So let me record this very short video here because I want to send it before we start, right? And then on the first day, um, I will send you more instructions and a little bit more in depth. And we'll also have an optional Zoom meeting. And if you can make it, don't worry. I have to record lessons anyway. So what my modus operandi is I do open them and I give you the chance to join in and ask questions, maybe play a couple of games. And also, if anybody prefers to do the oral presentations, meaning the discussions, right, which are in discussion format, live, we can do that as well during our optional Zoom meetings. And let me very quickly, let's share here. And yes, I'm about to go to our commencement ceremony. That's why I'm like this. Yeah, just stop at the office for a moment. So, momentito, ¿dónde estamos? And this is what I wanted to show you. Why is it so small? Oh my gosh, I don't like it. So you can't see anything probably, right? So control, yeah. I don't know what happened. I always have my fonts larger than usual. So yes, if you go to the course, you are going to see this, which is a welcome page. And okay, yeah, I have this two computer setup here, two monitors, and it's a little perplexing sometimes. Yes. So, and the thing is, we do have to cover the same curriculum that regular semester courses cover. Otherwise, it won't be fair to you or anybody else, and or also will curtail your chances of making it in Spanish 2 and higher levels. So you see, there's a lot of information here. You still cannot see this, right? So this is going to be open the weekend before we start to ease your fears and give you a chance to get acquainted with Canvas, but you don't have to until the 15th. So these are thematic units. Normally, each one is about 2 weeks of a semester. But here, we're going to be doing about 1 or 1.5 per week. So this is a brutal pace. But somehow students keep enrolling in the winter and summer courses, so there must be some allure to it, right? And yes, so all this is here. Sometimes you do have little practice exercises within a page. Like if you have here, let me see if this one has one. Okay, I don't think you have one here. So the content is here. There's no textbook. So this is where you find the course information. And oh yes, so the exercises like this, right? This is for self-check, right? So you can figure out whether or not you got the material before you move on to the next one. So let's go back to the model. And yes, so this is where you find the information. There is also, for those of you who want to find something in a more like textbook format, right, as opposed to a web page, you can find it here. Don't print it, right? It's much easier if you want to have an actual paper textbook for reference use. You can buy any old textbook, right? Because if you get a new one, it's going to be really expensive. And that's why we're not assigning a book per se in this class. So get one which is, I don't know, more than 7 years old so that you can find it for like $20 maybe. And a used one you can also find. So because every textbook, even in other languages like Italian or French or German, they follow a similar structure, right? So it's like first they go with the introductions like this and basic vocabulary, articles for the languages that have articles. Articles means the, it's not a newspaper article. And we talk about gender and number is not like sexual identity. No, it's grammatical gender. We has nothing to do with like any gender roles, right? Because a chair is feminine. Why? just because it ends in a, right? Grammatical gender. Again, this not all nouns that end in a are female, as you will see in this chapter. But if you say carro is masculine, why is a car masculine, right? When like in other languages, it is feminine, right? So what's the logic with that? There is no, right? So grammatical gender and things like that, and the and pronouns, right? Pronoun is takes the place of a noun, right? So there's been some debate about pronouns and what is pronoun, he, she, they, right? And you use that in grammar in languages. So yes. So then you have idiomatic expressions with teners. We can probably do some of this to in the first unit, right? So these are the units, right? AR verbs, then ir verbs, and normally there is a quiz at the end of each one. When we do the 8-week classes, is as you see is seven units, right? So it's like basically you have one each week, and then the last one is review. But because we only have, okay, see, it's 7, and then we end with the preterite. So we may, yes. So we are going to have a quiz or a quiz and a half, maybe 2 quizzes every week. But why we have quizzes and not tests, right? It's not 3 huge exams. A quiz is short and sweet, and you don't have to cram a lot, right? It's like, okay, we did this, and that. We went over this information. Let's have a quiz. And then, okay, I kind of understood that, right? And then the quizzes are not punitive. You have 2 attempts at each quiz. Just please, for the love of God, I don't want to have to like report anyone. So please don't open any other windows or like check your answer somewhere or ask ChatGPT while you are doing it, because Canvas can flag it. And I have some examples of my last class that they were flagged by Canvas. Like it says, at this time, the person stopped, went somewhere else, right, on the screen of the computer, and then came back. Like 20 seconds later, what is cut and paste, come back with the answer, right? So yes, that Canvas does tell us when that happens, but that's why you have 2 attempts at each one. So you said, oh my God, I did this and this wrong. Then the next time you take the quiz if needed, right? Some of you won't need it, then you can correct those. But again, you have this again the semester review. So this is pretty much, and then sometimes you have also like vocabulary, sometimes LibreText, right? These are like open educational resources. So you have some of this here. And then bien donde está lo otro. And you have also, each module has a vocabulary page. And so if you go here, right? So it's going to be something like this. And you can, if you are, if you think you're going to be stuck at a waiting room, like a DMV or something for a while, you can print it and take it. Well, it's sometimes I have a slow connection in my office. So that happens. But yes, so this is sometimes like a few pages that you can print or not, or download and take anywhere where you may or may not have a good internet connection. Other things, you can have you can do some of the games. Like sometimes we have, okay, let's go back to the model. Some external tools. Again, we don't have a traditional textbook, but if we have, okay, where is it? Gramática. Todo sobre mí. Okay. Quizlet, right? Quizlet or Kahoots or GameKids, right? And this is either a warm-up or a review, or sometimes you might have both. But in a 5-week class, we're probably going to have either or, so we can move on. So, and in these cases, you just go and it's free, right? And then you post a screenshot. Another thing, there's going to be a discussion, minimum 1 per week, sometimes 2 discussions. And this is actually more important than the quizzes, I would say, because this is how you communicate, how you use the language for like real purposes, like talking to people. And another thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect to be good. And your goal with a language where you are in a place where this language is spoken is to communicate. So if you do it good enough, right? Meaning you complete the task, you cover everything I ask you to cover. So if I say 7 words of this, please make use 7, and sometimes maybe throw in an extra one like, hey, in case you like skip something, right? People get nervous sometimes when they're talking. So yes, better longer or more than less, right? Or if I ask you like in the use 5 verbs with ser, 5 with a star, make sure that you are using them, because I don't want to have to take any points away, right? So there are, everything has certain requirements. So as long as you fulfill those requirements and you have a successful entry that communicates the point across well, then you should get full credit. If you don't get full credit, something is missing, right? Something is missing, or there is a problem with some things, like you say something and because it's mispronounced, sometimes when you mispronounce, people can still understand you, but you said something that changes the meaning, right? So that was like a failure to communicate, right? So in that case, you may lose a half point per instance, things like that. But again, practice is important for a language. So this is, oh gosh, I should have said all that without having you stare at this stuff here. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you an overview of what the course may look like, and the scope and the amount, right? It is a lot of work, but you will be able to earn 5 units in 5 weeks. And I'm frozen. So let's see. Oh, yes, you'll be able to earn 5 units in 5 weeks. And I think I was frozen before, so if I repeated it, don't mind me. Ok, bien, pues nos vemos pronto.